The Kansas City downtown airport was busy on this Tuesday morning, July 8, 2025, with private jets coming and going as business executives and celebrities moved about their important lives. But behind Hangar 7, hidden from view of the bustling terminal, a broken man sat with his back against the cold concrete wall, holding a crumpled piece of paper in his trembling hand. Marcus Thompson, 28 years old and weathered beyond his years, stared at the letter he had written with tears streaming down his face. It wasn't addressed to anyone because there wasn't anyone left who cared whether he lived or died. 3 years of living on the streets had taught him that invisible people don't get goodbye letters. "Dear whoever finds this," the letter began in shaky handwriting. "My name is Marcus Thompson. I served 2 tours in Afghanistan with the 101st Airborne. I came home different, and my family couldn't handle different. My wife left me. My kids don't even know I exist anymore. I tried to keep going, but I'm tired of being invisible." Marcus folded the letter and put it in his jacket pocket. The same military jacket he had worn home from the war 3 years ago. It was faded now, torn in places, but it was the only thing he owned that still connected him to the man he used to be. The sound of jet engines warming up caught his attention, and he looked through the chain-link fence at the tarmac. A sleek white private jet with Kelce 87 painted on the side was being prepared for departure. Marcus's heart stopped. Travis Kelce, the only person who had kept him alive during his darkest moment in a military hospital in Germany. Though Kelce had no idea he had done it, Marcus remembered lying in that hospital bed with his legs shattered by an IED explosion, wanting to give up on everything. The doctor had said he might never walk normally again. His wife had stopped calling. His parents had stopped visiting. He was ready to tell the doctors to just let him go. Then a nurse had turned on the television to a Kansas City Chiefs game, and there was Travis Kelce, making an impossible catch in the end zone, celebrating with pure joy despite being hit by 3 defenders. The announcer had said something about Kelce overcoming adversity, about never giving up, no matter how hard you get hit. "That guy gets back up every time," Marcus had whispered to himself from that hospital bed. "Maybe I can too." And he had gotten back up. He had learned to walk again, had fought through months of rehabilitation, had made it home, only to discover that home wasn't there anymore. Now, seeing Kelce's jet, Marcus felt something he hadn't felt in 3 years: purpose. He had one last mission to complete before he gave up forever. He needed to thank the man who had saved his life without even knowing it. Marcus stood up, his body protesting after sitting on concrete for hours. He walked along the fence until he found a section where the chain link had been cut, probably by other desperate people looking for a way through barriers that seemed to exist everywhere in his life. "Stop! Restricted area!" Security guards were shouting behind him as Marcus ran across the tarmac toward the jet. But he didn't stop. He couldn't stop. This was the most important thing he had ever done. "Please! I just need 1 minute!" he shouted back, his voice breaking with desperation. At that exact moment, Travis Kelce emerged from the terminal building, followed by his entourage. He was dressed casually in jeans and a Chiefs hoodie, looking like any other guy, except for the unmistakable presence that made him impossible to ignore. Their eyes met across 50 yards of tarmac, and Marcus fell to his knees on the concrete, overwhelmed by the moment he had dreamed about for 3 years. "Mr. Kelce?" Marcus called out, his voice carrying across the distance. "You saved my life once when I had nothing left. I just wanted to thank you before I—" He pulled out the letter with shaking hand, and Travis could see the pain in the gesture even from a distance. Kennedy May Sinclair, Travis's assistant, stepped closer to him. "Travis, security is handling this. We need to board now if we're going to make the Miami meeting." Brixton Caldwell, Travis's security, was already moving toward Marcus. "Sir, step back from the aircraft." But Travis held up his hand, stopping everyone in their tracks. He was studying Marcus's face, seeing something in those eyes that went beyond fandom or desperation. This was a man at the end of his rope, holding on by a thread. The tarmac fell silent except for the low hum of the jet's engine. Everyone was waiting to see what Travis Kelce would do. The practical thing would be to let security handle it, get on the plane, and fly to his million-dollar meeting in Miami. Marcus was clearly unstable, possibly dangerous, certainly not someone a celebrity should engage with. Travis had 5 seconds to make a decision that would change 2 lives forever. Instead of walking toward his jet, Travis Kelce walked toward Marcus Thompson. "Hey there, brother," Travis said softly as he approached the kneeling man. "What's your name?" "Marcus Thompson, sir. First Sergeant, 101st Airborne, retired." Even in his broken state, Marcus instinctively gave his military identification. "Marcus, I'm Travis. Just Travis. You tell me what's going on?" Marcus looked up at him with eyes that held years of pain and exhaustion. "Mr. Kelce, 3 years ago, I was in a military hospital in Germany. I had given up on everything, lost my legs to an IED, lost my family, lost my purpose. I was ready to die." Travis knelt down on the tarmac beside Marcus, ignoring the expensive jeans that would be ruined by the concrete. "Then I saw you play football on the TV in my hospital room. I watched you get hit by 3 guys and bounce right back up, smiling. The announcer said, 'You never quit, no matter what.' That night, I decided to fight one more day. Marcus, I fought for 3 years, Mr. Kelce. Learned to walk again, came home, tried to rebuild my life, but everything I was fighting for was gone. My wife remarried. My kids call another man daddy. My parents won't return my calls." Travis felt his heart breaking for this man he had never met, but who had somehow connected to him across time and distance. "I've been living on the streets for 3 years, and today I was going to give up. But then I saw your plane, and I knew I had to thank you first. You kept me alive when I wanted to die, and you don't even know it." The silence stretched between them, filled with the weight of a moment that would define both of their futures. "Marcus," Travis said finally, "you're not giving up today. You're coming with me." "Travis, you can't be serious," Kennedy May whispered urgently, stepping closer to her boss. She had been Travis's assistant for 3 years and had never seen him make such an impulsive decision. "You don't know this man. What if he's dangerous? What if he has mental health issues?" Jameson Clearwater, the airport mechanic who had been servicing the jet, backed away nervously. "Mr. Kelce, I don't mean to be rude, but the guy's been living on the streets. He could have diseases. He could be unstable." Marcus heard every word, and the shame hit him like a physical blow. He started to stand up, backing away from Travis and the small crowd that had gathered. "I'm sorry, Mr. Kelce," Marcus said, his voice hollow with defeat. "I don't belong here. Kennedy May is right. I'm nothing. I shouldn't have bothered you." The words cut through Travis like a knife. Something about the way Marcus called himself nothing reminded him of his brother Jason during his own dark period, when Jason had struggled with depression and felt worthless despite being surrounded by people who loved him. "Marcus, wait!" Travis called out, jogging after him. "Don't you dare call yourself nothing." Marcus stopped, but didn't turn around. "Mr. Kelce, look at me. Really look at me. I'm a homeless veteran who just broke through airport security because I was having a mental breakdown. Your assistant is right to be concerned." Travis walked around to face Marcus directly. "You know what I see when I look at you? I see a man who served his country with honor. I see someone who survived injuries that would have killed most people. I see a fighter who's been knocked down but is still standing. I'm not standing, Mr. Kelce. I'm falling. Then let me catch you." Travis turned to his team. "Kennedy May, call Dr. Pemberton and have him meet us at the jet. Savannah Rose, contact the foundation and clear my schedule for the rest of the week. Indigo, prepare the guest cabin." Savannah Rose Mitchell, the coordinator of Travis's 87 and Running Foundation, stepped forward, hesitant. "Travis, maybe we could arrange something else for Marcus, set him up with services, get him into a program." "No," Travis said firmly. "Today, now, Marcus is coming with us." Sterling Whitmore, the cameraman who had been filming content for Travis's social media, had been recording the entire encounter. He knew this footage was unlike anything he had ever captured. Raw, real, and completely unscripted. "Should I stop filming?" Sterling asked quietly. "Keep rolling," Travis said without taking his eyes off Marcus. "The world needs to see this." Marcus looked at Travis with confusion and disbelief. "Why? Why would you do this for someone like me? You have meetings, responsibilities, a life that matters. I'm just a broken soldier who can't get his act together." Travis put his hand on Marcus's shoulder. "Marcus, can I tell you something? 5 years ago, my brother Jason was going through the darkest period of his life. He felt worthless, hopeless, like nothing he did mattered. You know what saved him? What? One person who refused to give up on him. One person who saw his value when he couldn't see it himself." Travis's voice grew stronger. Someone did that for me once, too. Now, it's my turn to do it for you. Draymond Washington, the pilot, approached them with concern. Mr. Kelce, we're cleared for takeoff, but I need to know our destination. Are we still heading to Miami? Travis looked at Marcus, then back at his pilot. Change of plans, Draymond. We're going to Cleveland, the Foundation headquarters. Travis, Kennedy may protest. The Miami meeting is worth millions of dollars. You can't just cancel it for what? Kennedy May? For a human being who needs... Yeah, I can, and I am. Marcus was overwhelmed by what was happening. Mr. Kelce, I can't accept it. I don't deserve this kind of kindness. Marcus, it's not about deserving. It's about one person helping another person when they need it most. Come on, soldier. Let's get you cleaned up and fed, and then we'll figure out what comes next. As they walked toward the jet, Marcus felt something he hadn't experienced in 3 years. Hope. Not the desperate, grasping kind of hope that disappears with the first setback, but something deeper and more solid. Phoenix Blackstone, a reporter from ESPN who had been at the airport covering another story, had witnessed the entire encounter. She was already typing furious on her phone, knowing that she had just seen something extraordinary. "Sterling," she called to the cameraman, "please tell me you got all of that." "Every second," Sterling replied, still filming as Travis helped Marcus up the stairs of the private jet. "This is going to be the biggest story of the year," Phoenix murmured. Brixton Caldwell, Travis's security, was still uncomfortable with the situation. "Boss, I understand what you're trying to do, but we haven't run a background check. We don't know anything about this guy's mental state." "Brixton, I appreciate your concern, but look at him," Travis said, gesturing to Marcus, who was standing at the bottom of the jet's stairs, looking up at the aircraft like it was a spaceship. "Does he look like a threat to you?" "He looks like a man who's been through hell and survived," Brixton admitted. "Exactly. And now he's going to learn what it feels like to be treated with dignity again." Indigo Westbrook, the flight attendant, was preparing the cabin with obvious nervousness. She had worked for wealthy clients before, but she had never been asked to accommodate someone in Marcus's condition. "Mr. Kelce," she said quietly, "I've prepared the guest cabin, but should I mean, is there anything special I should know about our passenger?" "Just treat him like you'd treat anyone else," Travis said, with respect and kindness. As Marcus climbed the stairs to the jet, he turned back to look at Travis one more time. "Mr. Kelce, I still don't understand why you're doing this." Travis smiled. "Because someone once told me that champions aren't made when everything's perfect. They're made when everything's broken, and they choose to keep fighting. Today, we're both choosing to keep fighting." Marcus nodded, tears in his eyes, and stepped into the jet that would take him toward a future he never could have imagined. The interior of Travis's private jet was unlike anything Marcus had ever seen. Leather seats that looked like they belonged in a luxury car, polished wood surfaces, and windows that offered an unobstructed view of Kansas City falling away beneath. Marcus sat in the guest cabin, cleaned up and wearing clothes that Travis's team had somehow procured during the brief delay before takeoff. But despite the comfortable surrounding, Marcus felt increasingly out of place. Every few minutes, he caught Indigo glancing at him nervous, and he could hear hushed conversations from the main cabin about protocol and liability. "I don't belong here," Marcus whispered to himself, gripping the armrests of his seat as the jet climbed to cruising altitude. Travis appeared in the doorway of the guest cabin. "How are you doing back here, Marcus?" "Honest? I feel like I'm living in someone else's life. This morning I was sleeping under a bridge, and now I'm on a private jet. It doesn't feel real." "It's real," Travis said, settling into the seat across from Marcus. "And you do belong here. You served your country with honor. You've survived things that would break most people. You've earned the right to be treated with dignity." "Mr. Kelce, can I ask you something?" "Travis, and yes, anything. When you were playing football, did you ever have moments where you felt like a fraud, like you were pretending to be something you weren't?" Travis was quiet for a moment, considering the question. "Every game of my rookie year, I kept waiting for someone to figure out that I didn't really belong on the same field as these incredible athletes. What changed? I realized that everyone feels that way sometime. The difference between people who succeed and people who don't isn't that the successful people don't have doubt. It's that they keep moving forward, despite the doubts." Marcus nodded, but Travis could see the tension building in his shoulder. The confined space of the aircraft, the unfamiliar environment, the pressure of being rescued by someone famous, it was all starting to overwhelm him. Travis, Kennedy May called from the main cabin. Dr. Pemberton is standing by for a video call when you're ready. Marcus, I have a doctor who works with our foundation. He specializes in helping veterans transition back to civilian life. Would you be willing to talk to him? I've talked to doctors before, Mr. Kelce. Travis, they all say the same thing. PTSD, depression, adjustment disorder. They give me pills that make me feel nothing. They tell me to think positive thought. This doctor is different. He's a veteran himself. He understands what you've been through. Before Marcus could respond, the jet hit a patch of turbulence that sent both men gripping their seats. For most passengers, it would have been a minor annoyance. For Marcus, it was a trigger. The sound of the engines changing pitch, the sensation of falling, the confined space. Suddenly, Marcus wasn't on a luxury jet anymore. He was back in the transport helicopter in Afghanistan, the one that had taken fire and crashed, killing half his squad. "Incoming! Get down! Get down!" Marcus shouted, throwing himself to the floor of the cabin and covering his head with his hand. In the main cabin, everyone heard the commotion. "What's happening back there?" Draymond called from the cockpit. Indigo Westbrook froze in terror. "He's having some kind of breakdown." Brixton Caldwell immediately moved toward the guest cabin, his training kicking in, but Travis blocked his path. "Don't touch him," Travis commanded. "Everyone stay back." Travis knelt on the floor beside Marcus, who was shaking violently and muttering about enemy fire and casualty report. His eyes were open but unfocused, lost in a memory that was more real to him than the present moment. "Marcus," Travis said softly, "you're safe. You're with me. We're flying over Kansas. There's no war here. They're all dead." Marcus whispered, tears streaming down his face. "My whole squad. Why did I survive when they didn't? Why am I still here when better men than me are gone?" Travis felt his heart breaking for this man who had given everything for his country and received so little in return. "Marcus, listen to my voice. You survived because you had a purpose. You're still here because your story isn't finished yet." "My family left me," Marcus said, his voice breaking. "When I came back from the war, I was different. I had nightmares, panic attacks, mood swings. My wife said I wasn't the man she married anymore. She said the kids were scared of me. Where are they now?" "She remarried. They live in Texas. My kids call another man daddy now. They don't even know I exist." Oakley Pemberton, the foundation's medical consultant, had joined the video call and was watching the scene through Travis's phone. "Travis, he's having a severe PTSD episode. He needs professional intervention. What should I do?" Travis asked quietly, never taking his eyes off Marcus. "Keep him grounded in the present. Physical contact can help if he's comfortable with it, but be careful not to startle him." Travis slowly reached out and placed his hand on Marcus's shoulder. "Marcus, I want you to feel my hand on your shoulder. You're not in Afghanistan. You're with me, on my jet, flying to Cleveland, where we're going to figure out how to rebuild your life." "I can't rebuild what was never built right in the first place," Marcus said. "I came home broken, and I just kept breaking people who tried to get close to me." "Then we'll build something new," Travis said firmly. "Something stronger than what you had before." Marcus looked up at Travis through his tears. "Why aren't you running away? Why aren't you calling security and having me thrown off this plane?" "Because I've learned something playing football that applies to life too," Travis said. "The measure of a man isn't whether he falls down. It's whether he gets back up, and whether he helps other people get back up too. I don't know how to get back up anymore. I've been down so long I forgot what standing feels like." "Then we'll remember together," Travis said, "one step at a time." Indigo had been watching from the doorway, and despite her initial fear, she found herself moved by Travis's compassion. She quietly brought over a blanket and a bottle of water, setting them within reach without saying a word. Marcus's breathing began to slow as the panic attacks subsided, but the emotional exhaustion remained. "Travis, I need to tell you something. When I said you saved my life in that hospital, I was planning to end everything today. I had it all planned out. I was going to say goodbye to the only hero I ever had, and then—" "But you didn't," Travis said firmly. "You chose to live. You chose to fight one more day, only because I saw your plane, only because I needed to thank you first. Then maybe that's why I was here today. Maybe that's why our paths crossed. Maybe we were both meant to be here in this moment for each other." Marcus managed a weak smile. "You really believe that?" "I believe that sometimes angels show up when you least expect them," Travis said, and sometimes we get to be angel for other people. As Marcus's breathing returned to normal and the panic attacks subsided, he sat back in his seat with his head in his hands, overwhelmed by shame and embarrassment. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. "I ruined everything, just like I always do. I should never have gotten on this plane." Travis remained kneeling beside Marcus's seat, his voice calm and steady. "Marcus, you didn't ruin any. You had a normal reaction to an abnormal situation. There's nothing to be ashamed of." "Normal?" Marcus laughed bitterly. "Travis, normal people don't have flashbacks on private jets. Normal people don't scream about incoming enemy fire when they hit turbulence. I'm broken, and I break everything I touch." "Can I tell you something about normal?" Travis asked, settling into the seat across from Marcus. "My rookie year in the NFL, I had panic attacks before every game. I would throw up in the locker room. My hands would shake so badly I could barely tie my cleats." Marcus looked up, surprised. Really? The pressure, the expectation, the fear of failure. It was overwhelming. "I thought about quitting football dozens of times that first season." "What stopped you?" "My brother Jason. He told me something I'll never forget." Travis paused, choosing his words carefully. He said, "Trav, champions aren't made when everything's perfect. They're made when everything's broken, and they choose to keep fighting." "But that's different. You were dealing with performance anxiety. I'm dealing with," Marcus gestured helplessly, "with trauma, with loss, with pain that goes deeper than anything I've experienced." "You're right. It's different. It's harder. Which makes you stronger, not weaker." Savannah Rose Mitchell appeared in the doorway with her tablet and a concerned expression. "Travis, I've been researching veteran support program. There are some excellent facilities that specialize in PTSD treatment." "Savannah Rose," Travis interrupted gently. "Give us a few more minutes." After she left, Marcus turned to Travis with confusion. "Treatment facilities?" "Travis, I can't afford treatment. I can barely afford to eat." "Money isn't an issue," Travis said. "I can't let you pay for my therapy. I can't let you fix my broken life with your money." "Marcus, what if I told you it wasn't about the money? What if I told you I need your help with something?" "My help?" "Travis, look at me. I'm a homeless veteran with PTSD who just had a breakdown on your private jet. What could I possibly help you with?" Travis leaned forward, his expression serious. "My foundation works with at-risk youth and struggling families, but we've been trying to expand our veteran service. We need someone who understands what it's really like to come home from war and feel lost." "You want me to work for your foundation?" "I want you to help me build a program that actually works. Not something designed by people who've never been in combat, but something created by someone who's lived it." Marcus stared at Travis in disbelief. "You're offering me a job?" "I'm offering you a purpose, a chance to use your pain to help other people who are going through what you've been through." "Travis, I don't have any qualifications. I've been living on the streets for 3 years. I don't have references. I don't have a permanent address. I don't even have clean clothes except for what your team gave me today." "Marcus, you have a PhD in surviving impossible circumstances. You have experience that can't be taught in any classroom. You have compassion born from suffering, and that's the rarest qualification of all." Kennedy May approached cautious. "Travis, we're about an hour out from Cleveland. Should I confirm the arrangements we discussed?" "Yes, and add one more thing. I want you to contact the Marriott downtown and book the presidential suite for Marcus indefinitely." "Travis, no," Marcus protested. "I can't accept that. I won't be your charity case." "You won't be a charity case. You'll be my colleague, my partner in building something that matters." Travis pulled out his phone and showed Marcus the foundation's website. "Look at this. We've helped thousands of families, hundreds of kids, but our veteran services are basically non-existent because we don't really understand what veterans need." Marcus scrolled through the website, seeing photos of happy families, success stories, programs that had changed lives. "This is incredible, Travis. The work you're doing." "The work we're going to do," Travis corrected. "Together." Dr. Pemberton's voice came through the phone's speaker. "Travis, I'm still here, if Marcus would like to talk." Travis looked at Marcus, questioning. Marcus hesitated, then nodded. "Dr. Pemberton, this is Marcus Thompson." "Hello, Marcus. I'm Dr. Oakley Pemberton. I work with Travis's foundation, and I'm also a veteran myself. Marine Corps, 2 tours in Iraq." "You're a veteran?" "I am. And I want you to know that what you experienced today on the plane is something I've been through myself. PTSD isn't a sign of weakness, Marcus. It's a sign that you survived something that would have destroyed most people." "Doctor, Pemberton, can I ask you something? Do you think it's possible for someone like me to actually help other people? Or am I too broken to be useful? Marcus, the most effective counselors and advocates I know are people who've been through hell and found their way back. Your brokenness isn't a disqualification. It's your greatest asset for helping others. Travis watched Marcus's face as he spoke with Dr. Pemberton, seeing something change in his expression. For the first time since they'd met, Marcus was sitting up straighter, speaking with more confidence. Dr. Pemberton, if I were to work with the foundation, what would that look like? It would look like whatever you want it to look like, Marcus. You could develop peer counseling programs, create support groups, design transitional housing initiatives. You could help other veterans navigate the systems that failed you. And you really think I could make a difference? I think you could save lives, Marcus, the same way Travis saved yours today. After the call ended, Marcus sat quietly for several minutes, processing everything that had happened. Travis, he finally said, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be completely honest. Anything. Is this real? Or am I having some kind of breakdown-induced hallucination where my hero swoops in and saves me? Travis laughed. It's real, Marcus. As real as your service to our country. As real as your pain. As real as your potential to help other people. I'm scared, Marcus admitted. I'm scared of letting you down. I'm scared of failing again. I'm scared of hoping for something and having it fall apart. Good, Travis said. Being scared means it matters to you. It means you're going to fight for it. Marcus looked out the window at the landscape passing below them. You know what the strangest part of all this is? What? This morning I was ready to give up on everything. Now I'm sitting on a private jet talking about helping other people rebuild their lives. How does that happen? It happens when one person refuses to walk past another person who's hurting, Travis said. It happens when we remember that we're all connected, that we all need each other. Travis, I promise you something. If you're really willing to give me this chance, I won't waste it. I'll work harder than anyone you've ever hired. I know you will, Marcus. But more than that, I know you'll help other veterans find what you're finding right now. What's that? Hope. 2 hours later, the jet touched down at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport under a gray Ohio sky that somehow seemed brighter than any sunrise Marcus had seen in 3 years. As they taxied toward the private terminal, Marcus pressed his face to the window, watching the ground crew prepare for their arrival. I can't believe this is really happening, he said softly. Travis unbuckled his seatbelt and moved to sit beside Marcus. Believe it and get ready, because the hard work is just beginning. What do you mean? Building a life is harder than surviving on the streets, Marcus. On the streets, you only have to worry about today. Building a future means making plans, taking risks, believing that tomorrow will be better than today. Phoenix Blackstone was waiting in the terminal with Sterling Whitmore, her cameraman. The footage of Travis helping Marcus at the Kansas City airport had already gone viral, with over 10 million views in just 4 hours. Travis, Phoenix called out as they disembarked. The video of you and Marcus has become the most watched NFL-related content in social media history. People are calling you a hero. Travis shook his head firmly. I'm not the hero in this story, Phoenix. Then who is? Travis looked at Marcus, who was standing beside him looking overwhelmed by the attention. He is. Look at him. Marcus was indeed worth looking at. Clean, well-dressed in clothes that fit properly, standing upright with something in his eyes that hadn't been there 6 hours ago. He looked like a man who had remembered his own worth. Mr. Blackstone, Marcus said, stepping forward with surprising confidence. I appreciate the media attention, but I want to make sure the focus stays on the right thing, which is that there are thousands of veterans like me who are struggling, who are invisible, who need help. Travis gave me an opportunity, but the real story is what we're going to do with that opportunity to help other people. Phoenix smiled, recognizing good sound bites when she heard them. Can you tell us about your plans? Travis and Marcus exchanged glances. They had spent the flight discussing ideas, building the framework for a veteran support program that would be unlike anything that currently existed. We're going to create a program where veterans help veterans, Marcus said. Peer counseling, transitional housing, job training, mental health support, all designed and delivered by people who've actually been through it. And it's going to be called the Second Chance Initiative, Travis added, because everyone deserves a second chance to build the life they want. As they walked through the terminal toward the waiting car, Marcus suddenly stopped. Travis, there's something I need to do before we go to the foundation. What's that? I need to call my kids. Travis felt a lump form his throat. Marcus, are you sure you're ready for that? No, but I'm ready to try. For 3 years, I've been too ashamed to contact them. I thought I had nothing to offer them, that they were better off without me. But today taught me something. What's that? That sometimes the person we think we are isn't the person we actually are. Sometimes we're stronger than we know, more valuable than we believe. Maybe my kids deserve to know that their father didn't give up after all. Kennedy May handed Marcus her phone. Take all the time you need. Marcus dialed a number he had memorized but never called, his hands shaking slightly. After 3 rings, a woman's voice answered. Hello? Jennifer? It's Marcus. There was a long pause. Marcus, where are you? Are you okay? I'm in Cleveland. And yes, I'm okay. Better than okay, actually. Jennifer, I know I don't have the right to ask, but could I talk to Emma and Jake for just a minute? Marcus, they think you're dead. I told them their father died in the war because it was easier than explaining why you disappeared. Marcus felt his heart break all over again, but Travis squeezed his shoulder, reminding him that he wasn't alone anymore. Jennifer, I understand why you did that. I wasn't a good father or husband when I came home. I was broken and angry and lost, but I'm getting help now, and I want to be part of their lives again, if you'll let me. I don't know, Mark. They've been through enough. Please, just let me say hello. Let me tell them that their father loves them and is fighting to become the man they deserve. Another long pause, then, hold on. Marcus could hear muffled conversation in the background, then small footsteps approaching the phone. Daddy? A little girl's voice, uncertain and scared. Marcus broke down completely. Emma? Oh my God! Emma, is that really you? Mommy said you were dead. I know, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Daddy got very sick after the war, and I had to go away to get better. But I'm better now, and I miss you and Jake so much. Are you really our daddy? The one in the pictures? Yes, baby. I'm your daddy, and I love you more than all the stars in the sky. Travis watched Marcus have the most important conversation of his life, and he felt something profound shift in his own understanding of what success really meant. All the touchdown passes, all the Super Bowl ring, all the fame and fortune, none of it compared to the sound of a father reconnecting with his child. Daddy, Jake wants to talk to you too. A boy's voice came on the line, older and more cautious. Dad? Mom said you died a hero. Jake, buddy, I'm not dead, and I'm not sure I'm a hero either, but I'm trying to become the father you deserve. I know I can't make up for the years I've been gone, but if you'll give me a chance. Where have you been? Marcus looked at Travis, drawing strength from his present. I've been lost, son, but today, someone helped me find my way back, and now I want to spend the rest of my life being the dad you and Emma deserve. The conversation lasted 20 minutes. With both children asking questions that broke Marcus's heart and filled it at the same time. When it ended, he handed the phone back to Kennedy May with tears streaming down his face. Thank you, he said to Travis. If you hadn't stopped for me today, I never would have had the courage to make that call. How do you feel? Terrified, hopeful, grateful, like maybe I really do have something worth fighting for. As they drove through Cleveland toward the foundation headquarters, Marcus stared out the window at a city he had never seen before, but that somehow felt like home. Travis, can I tell you something? Anything. This morning, when I was sitting behind that hangar with my goodbye letter, I thought my story was ending. I thought I was just a footnote in other people's lives, someone who served his purpose and was ready to be forgotten. And now I think maybe my story was just beginning. Maybe everything I went through, the war, the injuries, losing my family, living on the streets, maybe it was all preparing me for something bigger. What's that? To help other people write better endings to their own story. The 87 and Running Foundation headquarters was a converted warehouse in downtown Cleveland, bustling with activity even in the early evening. As they walked through the main floor, Marcus saw programs in action. Kids getting tutoring help, families receiving financial counseling, young adults learning job skill. This is incredible, Marcus said, watching a group of teenagers working on computers. How many people do you help here? Last year, we directly impacted about 5,000 lives, Savannah Rose said, appearing beside them with a thick folder. But Marcus, with the veteran program you and Travis are designing, we could help thousands more. Dr. Pemberton met them in the conference room, along with 2 other men Marcus didn't recognize. Marcus, I'd like you to meet David Chen and Robert Martinez. They're both veterans who've been waiting for a program like this for years. David stepped forward, a slight limp, extending his hand. Army, 82nd Airborne, 2 tours in Iraq. Been struggling with civilian life for 8 years now. Robert nodded. Marine Corps, 3 tours in Afghanistan. Lost my leg to an IED. Lost my job to PTSD. Lost my family to my own anger. I heard about what happened today and drove up from Columbus to meet you. Marcus looked at these 2 men and saw himself reflected in their eyes. The same pain, the same struggle, the same desperate hope for something better. Gentlemen, Marcus said, his voice steady and strong, I think we have work to do. Over the next 2 hours, they outlined a comprehensive veteran support program that would address not just the immediate needs of housing and employment, but the deeper issues of purpose, identity, and connection that so many veterans struggled with. The key, Marcus explained to the group, is that it has to be veterans helping veterans. Someone who's never been in combat can't understand what it's like to come home and feel like an alien in your own country. What about funding? Savannah Rose asked. Travis smiled. I'll cover the startup costs personally, and I have a feeling that once word gets out about what we're doing here, other people will want to contribute. As if on cue, Kennedy May's phone rang. Travis, I'm getting calls from sponsors, other NFL players, even some celebrities who saw the video. Everyone wants to know how they can help. Phoenix Blackstone, who had been quietly observing and taking notes, stepped forward. Travis, Marcus, I'd like to ask you both something for my article. Go ahead, Travis said. Travis, this morning you were just another NFL star flying to a business meeting. Marcus, you were a homeless veteran who was ready to give up on life. Now, your business partner's planning to change the world. How does something like that happen? Travis and Marcus looked at each other, and Marcus answered first. It happens when someone chooses to see you instead of looking past you. It happens when someone refuses to let you disappear. And it happens, Travis added, when you realize that your greatest victories don't happen on football field. They happen when you use whatever platform you have to lift up someone who needs lifting. Dr. Pemberton leaned forward. Marcus, you mentioned that Travis saved your life in that military hospital without knowing it. Can you explain what you mean? Marcus nodded. I was lying in that hospital bed in Germany, broken in every way a person can be broken. I had given up on everything. Then I saw Travis on TV, making this incredible catch, getting hit by 3 defenders and bouncing right back up with this huge smile on his face. And the announcer said something about how Travis never gives up, no matter how hard he gets hit. And I thought, if that guy can get back up after getting hit that hard, maybe I can too. Travis felt his eyes filling with tears. I had no idea. That's the point, Marcus said. We never know who's watching, who's drawing strength from our example. You were just playing football, doing what you love, but somewhere, thousands of miles away, you were saving a soldier's life. And today, Travis said quietly, you saved mine. How? You reminded me why I play this game. It's not for the money or the fame. It's for moments like this. It's for the chance to make a difference in someone's life. As the evening wound down, Marcus found himself standing alone in the conference room, looking out at the Cleveland skyline. Travis joined him at the window. Second thoughts? Travis asked. No, just trying to process everything that's happened today. 12 hours ago, I was a homeless veteran with no hope and no future. Now I'm standing in a foundation headquarters, planning programs that could help thousands of people, having conversations with my children I thought I'd never have again. How does it feel? Like a miracle, like something out of a movie, like maybe God hasn't given up on me after all. Travis put his hand on Marcus's shoulder. Marcus, I want you to know something. What happened today wasn't me rescuing you. What happened today was 2 people finding each other exactly when they both needed it most. What do you mean? I mean, I've been feeling lost lately. All the success, all the achievement, and I was starting to wonder what the point of it all was. Then I met you, and suddenly, everything made sense again. Marcus smiled. So we rescued each other? We reminded each other what's important, and tomorrow, we start building something that will help other people remember too. As they prepared to leave the Foundation headquarters, Marcus turned to Travis one more time. Travis, you know what the real touchdown is? What's that? It's not what you score on the field. It's when you score in someone's heart. Today, You scored in mine. Travis felt tears running down his cheeks. Thank you for seeing me when everyone else looked away, Marcus. Thank you for seeing me when I couldn't see myself. 6 months later, the Second Chance Initiative had helped over 200 veterans transition back into civilian life. Marcus Thompson, now the program director, had been reunited with his children and was slowly rebuilding his relationship with them. The video of Travis helping Marcus had become the most shared sports-related content in social media history, inspiring countless acts of kindness. But none of that mattered as much as the moment when Travis and Marcus first looked at each other across that airport tarmac and chose to see the humanity in each other's eyes. Sometimes the greatest victories happen not when the whole world is watching, but when one person chooses to stop and help another person stand back up.